Joining us on the line is Ann Coulter. She's the author of Resistance is Futile. She joins us every Monday at 4:30. Had to reschedule a little bit to have her at 3 o'clock. And what better day to have Ann Coulter on, who's also the author of Adios America, a book all about illegal immigration in this country, than on Sunday when you had the boiling point of the long, slow march of the caravan to our border. About 500 illegal immigrants or wannabe illegal immigrants, migrants from Central America, decided that they were going to march on the border, confront Border Patrol, and they were repelled with rubber bullets and tear gas. And if you've been a student of the liberal media, you can pretty much guess how they reacted. Of course, the victim narrative is out in full force today, even though these people are trying to break our laws, break into our country, and get all the benefits that bogus asylum claims grant them. Ann Coulter, thank you very much for being on the program with us today.
Absolutely. And I have to say, I'm taking a secret pleasure, though I wish Howie no ill will. He had a boneheaded biking accident. Because I've had my own boneheaded biking accidents.
Well, on an unrelated
Misery
note,
loves company.
On an unrelated note, if you're in the market for a used bicycle with a little bit of wear and tear on it, I've got a good offer for you. So I think that, the big story, obviously, is the caravan trying to storm our border. We were told in the run-up to the campaign that the entire caravan was manufactured by Ann Coulter, Howie Carr, Fox News, Rush Limbaugh. It wasn't a story. It's a non-story. And then all of a sudden, it turns out, hey, this is actually happening. We have, 500 today, could be 1,000 tomorrow, migrants marching on the southern border, violently trying to tear across the fence. They're throwing rocks. They're throwing bottles. What's your impression of this, Ann Coulter?
Well, a few things. I mean, for one thing, this has been going on for 20, 30 years. I know it's in Adios America, and I think I've written columns about this, back during the Clinton administration, before Carlos Slim saved the New York Times from bankruptcy. The New York Times was quite matter-of-factly writing about the tent cities that Doris Meisner, the head of the Immigration Service at the time, that she was planning on putting up, in case there were a huge invasion. They were already planning for it. It was starting then. It happens all the time. Although it's of mild interest to hear that under Obama, the Border Patrol did the exact same thing, not only with the cages, as they're being called, but with the tear gas.
I think they also
and
didn't Obama.
Also, I thought it was very funny, the segments you played of all these liberal journalists saying there's no invasion, oh, they're 1,000 miles away. But it would be funner to listen to that if the president hadn't been behaving the exact same way. Did he know there was an invasion coming? Because there was a lot of tweeting, but it's been 2 years and we still don't have what Americans voted for because we knew there were constant invasions. Constant. Again, something that's been going on for 30 years. This isn't the potato famine. This isn't, Hitler suddenly getting control of a country. We have desperately poor, backward, non-English speaking, often not even Spanish speaking, illiterate in their own language peasants pouring across our southern border. It has been going on for decades. That's why the one guy who ran for office promising to build a wall was elected. And has he done anything? No, he has not done one thing. Now we're supposed to be miming the existence of a wall. Big agreement with Mexico. They're going to keep the, as you correctly say, potential illegal immigrants. They're going to keep them in Mexico. You know what happens if there's a wall there? They're stuck in Mexico. Hello, can I get in? Oh, I can't get past the wall. Look, I'm standing in Mexico. Why don't we have the potential illegal immigrants mime walking into a wall? All of this is accomplished by a wall. That's why that became the slogan for the Trump campaign. But all he's doing is tweeting. One other thing that you said very correctly, to keep referring to them as potential illegal immigrants, 100% right. Everyone on TV is lying about this. The next time someone asks you, oh, do you mean fake news? Turn on any network news station. any cable station, I haven't seen Fox, I hope they're not doing it, calling these people refugees. They are not refugees under any definition, not under international law, which liberals are so impressed by, not under federal law. They're not even asylees. They are people at best. I mean, they're obviously people coming here because they need expensive medical care for their kids, and wow, Americans, we're all set on medical care. We don't need any help. So let's invite the whole world in to take care of their very, very, very expensive medical problems. They are, at best, people who intend to apply for asylum.
Exactly.
Whose petitions will be judged, and perhaps they will be granted asylum.
Well, I mean,
they won't be.
Historically, when we look at them, like
asylees.
97% of the asylum requests usually get rejected, and it should be no different for this group. This is Steve Robinson. We're talking with Ann Coulter.
But the important point is they are not refugees. They are not asylees. They are, at best, at absolute best, people coming to apply for asylum. That's it. Refugees are people we pick out in foreign countries because we see something is going on. I mean, I think
like
it's
a genocide.
Often stupid, and it's often game.
But if there's an actual legitimate genocide going on, then we can accept refugees or asylees from those countries. But I think it also undermines and debases our entire refugee immigrant policy, our asylum policy, by saying that these people who are just coming over the border looking for health care and food and an EBT card, maybe even a job. I mean, you tweeted out, Ann, a video of a woman who's basically sneering about the food that the Mexican government has given her. And Mexico, by the way, is spending $26,000 a day to take care of the migrants that they have. The woman says she's coming to America for medical care, and U.S. immigration law, I don't think really provides for, I guess, like medical refugees or anything like that. I mean, did I miss the part where we fixed our entire refugee process and our entire healthcare system, and now we can afford to give care to the entire world, Ann?
The entire operation falls apart when Howie is gone, Steve.
Sorry, what happened, Ann?
I don't know. I was just disconnected and had to call back.
Oh, sorry.
So whatever you just said, I missed.
I was talking about the video that you tweeted out.
Just go to hell. You tell them to be careful on that bicycle.
I was just talking about the video that you tweeted out of the Honduran woman who is, complaining about the quality of the food the Mexican government provided to her and saying that she needs to cross the border so she can get medical care. I mean, there's very little gratitude amongst this crew.
Yeah, I mean, that really was, I think, a striking video. Not that it would make a difference. We have our own poor people. We have our own health care problems to take care of. But what was interesting about that is, well, the media is portraying this as, these desperate people, but they just want to come in and they want to love America. So, they're waving Honduran flags. I don't think when Jews were escaping Nazi Germany, they were, singing Nazi fight songs and waving the German flag as they came in. But this woman was so rude to the Mexican people, who were very sweetly making beans and tortillas for them. That's Mexican food. We love Mexican food. We're always being told.
I love beans and tortillas
for the restaurants. And she's dragging her fingers through the beans and saying, "This isn't fit for a pig." So the Mexican people got upset with her for being so rude after their great generosity, and then the woman just announces, "Yeah, I'm just going to America because my kid can't hear or speak and needs expensive medical treatment." So yeah, that's what it is. The Democrats keep saying Obama when they're running for office, we're running on health care, we're running on health care. Well, you're trying to give what health care we have, good or bad, definitely needs improvement, to the rest of the world. How's it going to be then?
So, Ann, the news broke about a half an hour before we came out that the Mexican police, about 500 of them, are outside the sports complex where some of these migrants are being housed in their tent city. Do you think it's fair to say that the Mexican police are taking the migrant issue more seriously than the American authorities?
Yes, they are, and that's a good way of putting it. I've been kind of annoyed with, I don't know what has happened to the American character, that we can't just defend our own country, our own culture, the most successful country and most successful culture in the history of the world, that the argument always has to be, oh, look, the Mexicans, look what they're doing. We can at least be like the Mexicans. Look, I don't care what the Mexicans do. I wouldn't care if they said, yay, illegal immigrants, and we're not going to have borders on our country. This is our country, and we want borders. That's what the American people have voted for over and over and over again for 20 years and then been betrayed by politicians. But yes, as you put it, I think much more importantly and beautifully, yeah, even Mexico, which isn't the greatest country in the world. I mean, it's a fine country. It's better than most Latin American countries. I don't mean to insult anyone here, but it's not the United States of America, and they are taking their country more seriously than our politicians take our country.
All right, Ann, we got to hold it right there and get to a commercial break, but I promise you I will get you the footage of Howie falling off the bike as soon as we have it. And if you want a deal on a gently used bicycle down in West Palm, I've got an offer for you.
Great to talk to you, Steve.
All right, thanks. That's Ann Coulter. She's the author of Resistance is Futile, available now on Amazon. I'm Steve Robinson, and this is The Howie Carr Show.